What actually happens at the final inspection on a remodel? And what happens if you fail it? Here's what you need to know. First thing to understand, your final inspection isn't the only inspection. On a full-scale remodel, there are typically three. The first is the rough inspection, or what we call the four-way inspection. Framing, plumbing, electrical, and HVAC. These all get looked at before insulation goes in. The second is insulation. That happens before the drywall goes in. And then at the very end, that's when the final inspection happens. The final is when the inspector walks through the finished space and makes sure everything fits, everything meets the minimum standard, and everything actually works. Showers run, faucets run, drains drain, lights come on. They also make sure that all outlets are wired right, have power, and are protected. And that smoke detectors work. This is a big one. And lastly, if you're in a basement, that every egress window is up to code. Pass that and you'll get your certificate of occupancy. Here's the part that people don't expect me to say. I'm personally glad when an inspector catches something. A full-scale remodel can have somewhere between 10 and 20 full scopes of work. Different trades, different crews on different days. Things are going to get missed. That's just what might happen on a project that size. Inspections exist to catch what human error misses. A lot of homeowners can get frustrated with the inspector or the contractor if an inspection doesn't pass. I look at it another way. If that inspection hadn't caught it, I'd be handing you a house with something wrong in it. We failed a final inspection a couple months ago on a basement finish in North Logan. Two things. The egress window wells were deeper than 44 inches, which means code requires a permanently mounted ladder. 3 bedrooms needed them and I didn't have them on site. $200 and about 5 minutes per to install. The second one was in the brand new mechanical room. A wire ran down the stud bay stapled to the stud, which is totally fine, but there was about 8 inches where that wire leapt from the stud bay into the furnace, and that needed to be surrounded by conduit. Honestly, that one I had to think about. But at the end of the day, it's code, and if we get loose on the small things, there's no reason to trust us on the big ones. Both were fixed in about an hour. We called the inspector back, passed, and got a certificate of occupancy. You don't need to be there for any of it. That's my job as your general contractor. I pull the permits, schedule every inspection, and then I'm there for every one of them, so that I can hear what needs to be corrected straight from the inspector. In conclusion, what should you expect from your final inspection? Ideally, you pass. Sometimes you don't, and that's not a disaster. It could be a 2-hour fix and a phone call. We've gone a dozen jobs without a single failure, and then something small slips through. That is the system working. If you're planning a remodel in Cache Valley, and you want a contractor who handles the city side for you, go ahead and reach out.